glasses back on because yeah, I can't. But it's giving me this glare. Oh,
I
gross.
mean, I got a little glare too, but it's, I guess that's what we have to just deal with. It's fine.
It is what it is, Miss J.
It is what it is.
Well,
Not, not me looking like, trying to, zhuzh up a little bit, you know.
mm, mm,
It's all
yeah,
good.
I'm on camera all day, so I was like, shoot, let me put some on.
Oh, no, I ain't doing that.
Yeah, it like automatic comes on, but I'll tell you about all that later. Yeah, are we recording? Yeah, we're still it's recording, so I'll download this and edit it all out. All right, so how you feeling? How you feeling? How you feeling?
Um,
Ninja, how you feeling?
man, in the words of the great Kendrick Lamar, we gonna be all right.
You
That's
know,
all I can say. I'm gonna be
I,
all right. We gonna be all right. That's just it.
we gonna have to be all right. We are going to have to survive America. That's what I feel like. I feel like purge is coming.
No, God, not the purge.
We don't
I
know
didn't
what's gonna
study.
happen.
No, I didn't study.
Right, I don't even know what's gonna happen. It's insane. But yeah, this morning I didn't do We Gonna Be All Right. I did Jada Kiss, We Gonna Make It because
That's another one too.
I was feeling it this morning. I was on my Excuse Me Miss playlist and it came up and I was like, this is perfect for today because
Now, how did that get on the Excuse Me Miss playlist?
I think because it was either that genre, that not genre, those
The
years
time,
put
yeah.
together, or that, or because it was connected to Pharrell or something, like Beats or something. So
Wait, I think that's a Swiss one, the Jada Kiss one.
we gonna make
Okay.
it.
Yeah, we'll figure that out another day.
Well, but yeah,
Don't
either
get
way,
too
that's how I'm
sidetracked.
feeling. I'm like, all right, we gonna make it. We gonna
Okay.
make
But I will say on Wednesday, it was rough. Wednesday was not a good day. Wednesday was like, am I the only one that doesn't feel good? Like, you know what I mean? It just felt like somebody pulled the rug up from under you.
it. Mm-hmm.
Like, it's that meme where I think you've seen it where like the guy's like, and then like
Mm-hmm.
he's like, that's exactly how my mood was. I was like,
Right.
what?
Like you ready to part, and then you're like, oh no, wait. Like, wait, no, we can't
It
party
was
yet.
just I'm telling you, in that in those moments that Wednesday morning, I didn't feel secure at all. I felt unsafe. I was like, who's behind me? Is anybody gonna come knock on my door and take something from me? It just did not feel good at all.
It doesn't, once we post this, so just to catch people up, we're talking about the election results. We don't really talk, again, we try to focus on our Bible studies or just stuff related to our lives, but this is related to everybody's life right now in America. Okay.
I have a great way to link this back to what our content is for
Oh,
sure.
please do so.
Okay. A lot of times as Christians, we are programmed to say, God got us, God got our back, we're covered, He's
Hmm.
in control, all of those beautiful things, which is the truth.
Hmm.
Definitely not taking anything away from Sky Daddy.
Yeah.
But it is still okay to recognize human emotions. You're
Hmm.
upset, you're mad, you're scared. Yes, God is still in control, but you still are able and should be allowed to feel all those feels.
Yeah.
So there was a little bit of chatter amongst some socials I was looking at about that. Like,
I know what you're talking about. I saw a
yeah,
lot of that. A lot of people were like, you know what? Even though we didn't get the what we wanted, God's got us. We stand strong in our faith, which we, like you said, we absolutely do. But what I agree with you. I kind of feel like it also with people sometimes doing that, you are not downgrading, but you know what I mean? Like you're not giving people their moment to grieve, their moment
yeah,
to process their emotions, their moment to process what is happening. Because that was my thing. I ain't gonna lie, I cried. I cried like a whole baby Wednesday morning
I don't blame
because
you.
I've had to explain a lot to my daughter, right? Like
Mm.
she's 13. I've talked to other people and everybody's like, wow, at 13, it's great that she's interested in politics. And I'm like, it's not so much that she's interested in politics as much as we all know how much this presidential election meant to a lot of people. So it's the talks are going around the schools. Her
Yeah.
friends talk. They talk because their parents are probably talking to them. So everyone is talking about it. And she had a lot of questions. And when I was trying to explain it to her, I got emotional because I'm like, dang, this sucks because you ain't if things go the way that they've been going underneath the Supreme Court that he picked and the leadership overturn Roe versus Wade and all that stuff. I'm like, as a woman, because she's 13, you ain't got some of the rights that I already had before you. Some of
Yeah.
the things that you should have are being stripped away. And to me,
Hmm.
that's sad because I'm like, it's they had already started talking about taking out Brown versus the Board of Education. I think that's the one.
No, they're trying to dismantle the Department of Education.
Well, one, he's trying to
Yeah.
completely dismantle. That's what he said, right? But
Hmm.
when Roe versus Wade got overturned, I saw a lot of senators from far right and different places that were saying, well, let's now work on the Brown versus Board of Education.
I don't think they can touch that, but I don't know anymore.
But that's what I'm thinking.
Everything
I'm
I've
like, who
learned in
knows?
social studies and world history, I just don't know.
Right. And
I don't
then
know.
I was talking to my husband and I was explaining to him, as everyone here knows, he's white. And I was like, if they continue the rhetoric that they're doing and dismantling a lot of stuff, you do realize that the Marriage Equality Act, some of interracial marriage came up underneath that, or as
Hmm.
they lumped it part of that. So I was like, I don't even know what could happen to our marriage at this
Hmm.
point in our family. So
Hmm.
it's scary. It is a scary thought. And I talked to my oldest because this was her first year being able to vote. She's 21, but this is the first presidential election that she was able to vote in. And she was one of those people who, unfortunately, I don't think it was her phone because she sent a screenshot, but
Oh, she got the text or somebody
yeah,
just
she
okay.
either got that text or it was one of her friends' phones, that text that's going around about you've been appointed,
Selected to
selected for
go pick
slavery.
cotton.
Come
Yeah. I was
pick cotton. We're coming to get you and put you on the plantation. She got that. She sent that to us. I know it's hit the news now, but she sent that to us on Wednesday.
yeah. I
So
saw
I
it
was
circulating
like,
on Wednesday too. Hmm.
yeah. So she's already seen it. I was like, and again, I don't know if that went to her phone or one of her friends' phones, but I'm like, well, here we go. Here goes the
Yeah.
craziness. And when I was talking to her earlier, she was saying, so one of the things that she was watching, a guy was saying the reason why he votes for Trump is he doesn't believe all the crazy rhetoric. He's like, oh, you can't believe everything that he says. It's a joke. He's just joking when he says some of the stuff. And it's like, but that's the person that you wanted to vote for. You want someone to run the country
Oof.
that you don't even take serious. You think he's joke, like all of what he's saying is a joke to you. But then to me, you don't take your voting seriously. Like
No.
this is not a
Well, if
comedy
he's
show.
well, the elect does not take anything seriously when it comes to politics. I'll just say it like that.
Hmm.
So if that's what that guy was feeling, then yeah, I'm sure that's a lot of people who support him feel the same way. Like, what's the big deal? Like, no, it's a
Yeah.
big deal. I'm sorry.
It's a big deal. I've even heard, even if my husband was trying to spin it in a positive way, he was like, worst case scenario is just 4 years. And I'm like,
A lot of people are saying that.
right. And I'm like, if you've been following the campaign that this man has been riding on, he's been dropping bombs and dropping clues to you all saying he's going to try to change some things. Now, yes, let's hope and pray that even though now the Republicans have full control, right? They got the
Mhm.
House and they have the Senate and he's president. And I'm like, that means they're going to pass whatever he wants. Hopefully, you're still going to have some people who are still going to stand up, even though they're Republican, be like, that is wrong. We're not going to go against it.
Yeah, I miss those kind of Republicans.
Right. Exactly.
I haven't seen that kind of energy since his
No,
first term.
the
I
first of
don't know.
a lot of those who were like that, they have exited. They're
Yeah,
like, I'm not dealing with this craziness. I'm out.
it's
And then a lot
crazy.
of them who were against him or talked against him somehow flipped the script. I mean, look at
Hmm.
JD Vance. He didn't even like him. Didn't even like him.
He showed him a check.
And now he's all, yay, great things.
He showed him a check, honey.
He must have. He must have, because
Man,
it's going to be interesting. I'll
it
tell you
is.
that. But what I was telling him was, okay, even if it is just, oh, just, it's every after 4 years we can get out of this hole. That is 4 years that of my 13-year-old's life. So by the time this man is out of presidency, she'll be 17
Mm.
and almost able to vote. And that means she would have spent a lot of her pivotal years dealing with who knows what that's to come.
What scares me about these next 4 years is thinking about children her age, young people,
Mm-hmm.
and like you said earlier, the stuff that we've been given, they're being taken away. Um, I don't know how to piece this together without getting emotional, but like the educational thing really just like bothers me the most out of not to say that, fertility and those issues aren't important, but just for me, it kind of hits a little like harder, closer to home because what he's intending to do is strip away a lot of funding from lots of programs that benefit children who don't have access to basic stuff like internet, like
Mm-hmm.
libraries, like those will be gone. That is completely frightening. I have a friend who has a special needs child, and she is already panicking because her
Mm-hmm.
daughter is 6, and the funding or the programs that she's getting is government funded. And it's helped her so much, like with all the therapies and everything. And if that's taken away, like how do you supplement that? And then a lot of people will say, well, work starts at home. Yes, but with certain children, you have to meet them where they are and
Mm-hmm.
also recognize that they need additional push too. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
when your youngest is ready to vote, she will be 17 entering college, she might not have access to, whew, see, I'm getting mad already because she might not even be able to, like the school she wants to apply to.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just say she might not have access to certain scholarships.
Yeah.
Um, her name or her stuff will probably be at the bottom of the pile because they're going to look at demographics closer. You know what I mean? It's just like,
Yeah.
it's not
No,
fair.
it isn't. It isn't. And that's what I was saying. When I was talking on Wednesday with both her on her way to school and then got home and touched my husband, I broke down because I'm like, it's a lot. It is a lot to process when you know that you're, like you said, I have a child that's about to go through this for 4 years. And when she gets to college, I don't know what's going to happen. I have no clue of what type of assistance, whatever it is that she may need, or even acceptance that
Hmm.
she can get, because who knows what's going to change. And back to your point with your friend who has a special needs daughter, you know, yeah, people can say, oh, well, work starts from home, but some people don't have that luxury of
No,
not working two jobs or not
right,
spending a lot of time focusing on work where they can't always give their children 100% them and what they need.
right.
And that's what kind of kills me about this whole election year. Based off those results, was a slap in the face to me because it feels like the majority of everyone who supported him, you're telling the rest of America you care more about your pockets,
Absolutely.
because that's all that everybody was
That's
saying.
what it ran to.
And when they were talking about all of the polls, the exit polls and all that stuff, everybody was concerned about the economics. Everybody's, oh well, yeah, it costs too much for groceries. It costs too much. And it does. I'm not saying it doesn't. I was mad when the eggs went up to $12. I was mad, and
I
I
don't
get
even
that.
like grocery shopping, but yes,
Right.
I get it.
But do I think that is more important than the care of another human being, or the education of another human being, or the rights for a woman's reproduction? Like, no, that's, to me, it's not.
It's
And
it's it's go ahead, I'm sorry.
no, I was just saying, so to me, that was the slap in the face where it's like, dang, like y'all, a lot of people out there
Hmm.
are way more concerned about their own pockets.
Yeah. I had to actually give my nieces in our little group chat a little pep talk because Tuesday night, I kind of saw where the tide was going, and I had one, two, three of them. This was their first major election to vote
Mm.
in,
Hmm.
and it's scary. And they're like, "What? Like, what happened?" Because for the past however many months and 100 days or whatever, it's been
Hmm.
team this person and everything, and such and such and such. Explain them, why this policy might work versus why this one's not going to work. Easing them into this whole political stuff because it is scary and it's overwhelming and it's confusing a little bit. A lot of
Hmm.
bit, let's just be
It
honest.
is. No, it
And
is.
I just felt bad because I'm like, here they are watching and they're probably thinking, so my vote don't count. Like, you know what I mean? Like my vote really
Hmm.
didn't matter. And I didn't want that thought to carry on for the next term or the next
Yeah.
senator. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the next
Hmm.
anything election. Like, no, 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 no. You keep going, you keep fighting. And then
Yeah.
that's what made me emotional. So I was like, that's just not fair. Like, it's just like it hurt. That
It
mess
does.
hurt.
It hurts. It does. It really does. And I don't even, I know I post on my Instagram and I comment on people's stuff where people are like, oh, president, da, da, da. And I'm like, yep, you have to vote, but you also got to vote in them primaries. You also got to vote
Yeah.
and them, the senators, the judges, because all of it matters. You can't just vote during the presidential election.
Yeah.
All of it comes into play, but it is very disheartening because none of us know which way it's going to go. He's just, and that's the thing. Even if you think he was joking, the issue is he's a very unpredictable man. Okay,
He's a
he
Gemini.
he is unpredictable,
He's a Gemini.
and so
I just want to let y'all know.
yeah. And so at the end of the day, it's like you don't know what you're going to get. He is already saying he is going to do a mass deportation
Day
and
one.
day one, and he's firing that
The DA or
the
GA
yeah
or yeah.
the
Did I say
lawyer.
GA? Lord DA.
That guy, he said he's coming after. He's been saying like we said, he wants to get rid of the Department of Education. He wants to give police immunity, but at the same time, he wants to take down the FBI and all that stuff. So it's just like you're all over the place, and it's
He's
just
also a puppet too for whoever is putting this stuff in his ear. I don't y'all can cuff me, I don't care. He's not that smart to me.
mm,
So, I mean, he might have a really strong business acumen, and that's what I heard a lot of people say in the first time he ran. Oh,
mm-hmm,
he knows how to run businesses. He's gonna run America like a business. And look,
mm-hmm,
do you see? Do you see? Okay, that doesn't even matter at this point.
puppy.
Right. So, like whoever's feeding him, like whoever is on his staff or whoever he's getting these tidbits from, they're the ones I'm afraid of. Because
Yeah.
he's gonna be like, that's a good idea. Let's
Mm-hmm,
do this. Let's send them all back to such and such. You know what I'm saying? Like
mm-hmm.
it's so scary,
It
and
is.
it's not even a joke. Like I'm reading comments from people. I'm like, why am I the only one like in fear mode here? Not fear as in like, oh, I don't feel safe, but I'm like, y'all don't see what's gonna come down the
Yeah.
pipeline the next 4 years? Like, y'all think this is a game. It's not a game. And
It,
y'all
it
are over
isn't.
here happy that y'all gonna get another stimulus again. You're not getting no other stimulus. Come on now. You're not getting another stimulus.
And that's my thing. One, if again, I just wish people would take the time to really do the research because that's what was aggravating me during the debates. Gotta fact check this stuff, people. It was the Senate and everyone Senate that passed for the stimulus stuff. At the end of the day, when it came down to the come down with the stimulus, and that's my thing. I'm like, again, you a lot of people. I'm like, so you're more concerned about the finances. You're talking about a little $1,200 check that didn't obviously get you guys that far, and so
I laugh because I'm like, it was only $1,200.
yeah, and some people didn't even get that amount,
Some
right?
people didn't.
I
Yeah,
didn't. I didn't because they were, it was, oh, you make sure your the wages that
you
you
over
bring was
the
too high.
threshold.
So I was only, I think I got maybe what it was $500 for a kid or whatever, something like that.
Hmm.
which it's like, okay, great, thanks. But again, if you got kids, $500 don't go that far. And
Mhm.
so, yes, I'm not saying every little bit doesn't count, it does. But let's not say, well, just because you got that one check this one time, or maybe 1 year and one in the next year, that all of a sudden this man is so great and he deserves to run the country. That is not
It's beyond me.
yeah. It'd be one thing if the man gave everybody $1 million. Okay. Even still, I'm not
If he
selling
was
my
that
soul.
benevolent, sure, but he's
Right.
not.
But he's not. And that's the thing. It's like you're everybody wants to focus on it, the economics and finances. We are in the situation we're in now because from when he was in place for his first 4 years. And he does not care about the upper middle class, lower middle class, poverty. He's going to only look out for those with the monies. Okay.
Every president inherits what happened in the last term before them. So he was
Mhm.
lucky enough to get a sparkling economy post Obama.
Yep.
And then pandemic hit, boo, 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 boo. Okay. And you got to try to work your way back up. And then you just destroyed it. And then here comes Sleepy Joe. That poor Biden man. I ain't gonna give him, I'm not gonna listen. He did what he could. Okay. He tried.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So he's trying to fix that. And so people are focusing more on, well, he ain't did nothing for me. He ain't doing nothing. Look what he did for you. Hello. He spent those 4 years trying to undo what was undone that shouldn't
Hmm.
have been undone.
Right.
So I don't know. I don't think people pay close enough attention as they should when it comes to these things.
I don't think they do either. And there was an analogy of someone else that I follow that said, and it was really good. And I'm trying to remember how she explained it. It was almost like, imagine you are living in your house. Cleaned up your home, have it sparkly. You know where everything goes, everything's organized, everything is it's moving in a organizational order that keeps everything flowing and great. Then you turn around and you sell that home to someone or someone else buys it and they become a hoarder and they just trash the house.
Mm-mm.
Trash. It's just trashed. Well, you move back in, you got to clean that house up. You can't just be like, well, here's trash. Let me just take it and
It's like an
dump it.
Airbnb.
Yeah, like you got to clean it up. And that's kind of like what
Hmm.
happened. You had a lot of trash. Biden and Harris had to come in and clean that up. And what everyone, for whatever reason, keeps forgetting what a how booming everything was in you didn't have a lot of the economic stress or financial stress in 2020 and in 2021.
Hmm.
2021 companies were making record number profits in
Hmm.
2021. Well, the company I just left made record number, like double amounts of
2021, I was doing a
profit.
lot of traveling. I'll just say that.
People were making a lot, and Biden
Tell
was
you
in it. I
that.
mean, he had started cleaning up some stuff, but for whatever reason, because 2022 went to, excuse my French, hell in a handbasket
Hmm.
due to the Ukraine and Russia war, and then everyone getting all panicky. Then that's when everybody was just like, well, wait a minute, well, what are they doing? What are they
Right.
doing? And you're
Yep.
like, you literally just came off of one of the top record number revenues and money making
Hmm.
years.
And
And
then
the unemployment rates are down.
hmm and then the supply
Salaries,
chain issues and
right.
ugh, the weren't wasn't you that year that was were you trying to like do something in your house and you didn't have the I don't know if it was you, but like there was like not plywood. Is it plywood shortage? There was something
Oh,
like major.
it was yeah, there's a witch. Yeah, when people were a lot of
Okay.
people in 2020 when the pandemic first, happened, was trying to honestly just use some of the extra time to fix their base. Like we were trying to get our basement
That's
done.
what it
People are
was.
trying to
Yeah.
get their stuff. There was a wood shortage. You
Right.
can't get 2x4s. And then when they started having the 2x4s, 2x4s used to be like, I don't know, a dollar and some change. And then it
Hmm.
went way up. And we get that. And that, because again, the supply chain was all messed up. Um, and it's back down now, nowhere near where it was. But I mean, that's some of those things are kind of out of the presidential hands. If the
Hmm.
president of the United States can come in and say, that's it, you can't sell your gas of more than $2.50 per gallon. You can't sell the wood for then you don't have capitalism, you guys, right? Because you're not letting people be able to make up their own prices.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah, you don't
understand
want
that.
people to price gouge because yeah, that sucks, but the president has no control over that.
Yeah, I mean, what do you want? Do you want a totalitarianism? I probably butchered that
I know what you mean.
society, or do you want it to
Dictatorship. That's what I was
right?
saying.
Like,
Dictatorship.
what do y'all want?
But
Make up your mind.
and that's what's confusing to me. It's like, what do you guys want? Because one minute you're saying we don't need to be involved in war unless it's here on our territory. We don't need to be. But now you hear I'm seeing people saying, well, Biden didn't do enough for the Ukraine war. What if y'all don't want us to be involved in other territories more, and he's not doing that? Yes, are they helping with supply some of the
Aid.
yeah, to help fight to so these people over there unfortunately aren't murdered and killed, even though they are that's still happening, but not in mass droves. Yeah, they're doing that, but we he can't put America in that war.
Hmm.
That will end up was it not the NATO, but whatever it is. If we were to go into that war because they are part of whatever the thingy is, it would
United Nations.
yes, it would you have it would declare another like almost like
Hmm.
World
World
War
War Three.
right.
Yeah, that'll
So
definitely
there's certain
happen.
things that you just can't do. But what again kills me is how everybody was so mad and saying, well, we need to withdraw our troops from Afghanistan. We need to pull out of this. We need to stop being in war. We need to worry about ourselves and da 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 da. And then now that we're focused on ourselves, we're not doing enough. You should have stopped the war. And
Y'all don't
y'all,
even like your neighbors. Quit the chatter. Y'all be
right?
so fake.
And then it's like y'all only, honestly, you're probably hearing that information because depending on where you work, that's coming from the top down because they're worried about the prices of certain what is it from Ukraine? Is it the steel or the oh, shoot?
I think it's steel.
Yeah, it's
I know
still
what I know
some
what you
a
meant.
lot of something comes from there. I
It's
can't
something industrial. Let's
yeah,
just say
so
that.
industrial. Y'all Google it.
Right.
But it comes from there. That's pretty much why Russia wanted to go in and take them in the first place. It had
Hmm.
nothing to do with whatever Putin is saying. It was that he wanted that industrial, those resources and materials.
Hmm.
He wants to own them and
He want
claim.
that vibranium.
Right. Yeah, exactly. The adamantium. And so that's, so the things that you're hearing probably from your job, that's what their honestly main concern is
Hmm.
they want to get that price down because that's why we need to get in and help, blah, blah, blah. But let's see. I just got to think. Our meeting, this is going to end in a
So
few minutes for us.
before we dismiss or take a little breather, I have one quick question for you.
Mhm.
Have you lost any friends due to this
I have
turnout?
not. I think because I
Raise your
am
hand if you did.
oh, you honest, are you serious? Like an
I'm
actual
on.
friend?
I. Uh-huh.
Not like
I.
Facebook friend, Instagram.
No. He
What?
actually wanted to come on this podcast. I said no.
Oh, wow.
No, but we've had such strong opinions throughout the course of
Regarding
this whole right
mhm.
election, and it kind of came to a head, of course, with the result. I will say that yes, everybody's entitled to their opinion, but what you're not going to do is keep needling at me specifically. Like
Mhm.
what's done is done. Like you're at that point, you're being petty.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, okay, you can stop trying to shove it in my face now and just
Hmm.
let me process what's going on. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But that's
So
wild that because you are the umpteenth person that I've heard, not necessarily that I've lost friends, but I've heard that a lot of people on that other side that they may know or may be Facebook social friends or actual friends with is getting that rhetoric
yeah,
that people are like taunting and teasing them.
it's a
And it's
taunt.
like,
That's the perfect
yeah.
word for it. Because I feel like if the results were to end in my favor, I don't think I'd have done that. I'd been like,
Mhm.
see, look, we spoke and that's just it.
Right.
I honestly don't think I would have been like, nan, nanny, boo boo. But that's
Mhm.
the energy that I felt like I was getting for this individual. We're going to talk later, not this week, because I need a break mentally and everything else.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I feel like I did not want it to come down to this, but I kind of felt it was coming anyway
But
because you're pushing me.
right. And again, I agree because I've heard from other people, like I said, that they're getting that taunting, teasing thing. And it's like, okay, we don't do that. When Obama won that first election, after all that stuff that he went through, black people, we didn't go, and Democrats didn't go, but like, ha ha, look, we got and you know what I mean? We didn't go around white neighborhoods taunting and teasing people and be like, we up in there now. Blah, blah.
Oh, wait, we didn't go storm nobody's Capitol because we
We
were upset.
right, exactly.
I wanted
And
to
it's
say
like
that.
this is the type of people
Whew.
and the rhetoric that from based off the rhetoric that he has, you're causing like one, either you're causing this big uproar in people that has just been hidden, or you're just getting that group of people that are already
Fired up.
bullies and I'm sorry, I'm just gonna say call a spade a spade, that are comfortable in being a bully. And so my president don't mind bullying people. He don't mind being on national television, telling people they ugly, telling people that they're stupid, telling people that they're morons. Like he has said everything under the sun live on television, and people think it's okay. So now they think it's okay. Oh yeah, I can taunt and tease and da da da. And you know what? Unfortunately, all I can say is you get what's coming to you.
You
You
sure
know,
do.
people,
And
you reap what, to bring it back to the Bible, you reap what you
which
sow.
so, and there's a meme floating around, a couple memes about how Black people are about to mind their business in the next 4 years. If there's a hurricane, God, my home state of Florida did not do well this go around. But the meme is like, if there's a hurricane, don't say nothing. When somebody
Yeah.
get deported, don't say nothing to us. We have nothing to do with it. And I just want to say one last thing. A lot of talk was going on that how like Black men let us down and they weren't support that. I think that's just like some rhetoric that was probably false, because when you look at the numbers, they
Mm-hmm.
did show up.
Yeah.
There's still a good percentage of Black men
Mm-hmm.
who did vote the other way.
I think the issue is that one, because I think when I saw the numbers, like 80 something percent of black men did vote Democrat. And
Right.
then so you got like 18 or something, almost
Like
20% that
20%. Yeah.
that went towards Trump. Yes, shouldn't have been that high. Still should have been probably no more than 2%. But at the end of the day, I think the bigger issue that when people are saying, oh, well, the black men let us down, it's all those black male celebrities, because those are the ones I kept seeing at the forefront, who were like, oh, I don't care what you say. You know, a lot of these rappers,
I don't
I
even
shouldn't say a
count
lot,
them.
but a
A
lot of
very a
that was
very good amount, but
posting.
I don't even
Yeah,
count them.
yeah, they
I
were saying,
didn't.
and you shouldn't have to, but this is the crazy thing in America is people's voices matter. And
Yeah.
as much as they don't think, well, I feel how I feel, da da da. But you saying what you say, you're going to have some young 18, 19, 20-year old whose first time to vote, and they're going to listen to you because I think we got about 5 minutes, and I'm going to
Yeah.
try to wrap this up in about 4 minutes, because that was the one thing that really annoyed me on Tuesday. On Tuesday, I think either that day or on the Monday before, on Monday night, Joe Rogan, big podcaster, a lot of people follow him, wasn't planning on endorsing any president.
Hmm.
And you had Elon Musk on, and you're saying now, oh well, he made good points, and I think I'm going to endorse President Trump, even though he's honestly another person who really didn't say great things about him in the past all the time.
A whole lot.
But when you read his interviews on why he chose to endorse Trump, you didn't say, and maybe there's something out there, but on and I've read this on 3 or 4 different articles, doing my research, fact checking. Never did he say, well, I think that Trump makes great points and he has good policies in place. Da, da, da. You said Elon Musk made a good point. That's it. And then the other thing that you said was, well, I wanted to talk to Kamala, but she wasn't available to come to me. She wanted me to come to her and would only give me an hour. But I explained to her, camp, it doesn't work like that. I'd rather you come to me because it's going to be a couple of hours of us discussing. So it seemed more to me like it was like, oh, well, because she wouldn't give you no time of day,
You
So you
mad.
felt
In
in
your
the structure
feelings.
that you went wanted, you chose, oh well, I'm just going to endorse the other person just because I didn't
So
get a chance
that's
to
knee
choose
jerk, you're
her.
telling me. That's a knee
And
jerk
that is
decision.
irresponsible of you because you have millions of followers. And
Hmm.
I even saw on the news people again looking at the talking people exit polls. I saw where young men were saying, well, Joe Rogan said he didn't endorse him. So I went with that's why I voted for Trump. Not that you knew what the man's policies were, not that you stood behind or you agree with anything that he said, but because you were listening to a podcast. And that's why I feel like people have to be very careful when they have these kind of platforms like we have. And when they say certain things without having proper knowledge, without having proper information, and they just are going off their feelings because men can be very petty. I'm sorry. And they can be way,
Yeah.
way more emotional than women.
Yeah. And
Um,
just one quick thing as well, to your point, this generation, that's the younger generation, they don't like to research. They go off of sound bites and clips.
that's very
So that's
true.
another reason why, like what you just said, why things happen the way they did, because they're not trying to sit there and go Google and fact check anything. They hear what they hear.
Mhm.
So
And they're only hearing from whatever resources or whatever algorithm that they're following, anyways. If everything that
exactly.
you've been following, listening to is all positive on Trump, that's all you're getting. You're that because you're
Exactly.
not going to get anything in the algorithm that's going to push any other alternative information out there. And in all honesty, same thing with the Democrats, right? If
Mhm.
all you're getting is for from the Democrat side, and all you're seeing is Harris or Biden's information, that's all you're going to really see, unless you're going to have people who just are picking that one or the opposite parties. But to wrap this up,
God
listen,
got us.
right, God got us. We're going to have to stay strong and let's see what's to come these next 4 years when you get sworn in on MLK Day, okay,
Oh,
of
oh, I was so
2025.
offended. Ooh,
And we're,
John Lewis is turning over in his grave.
yeah, and we're going to have to see how it goes. And, hope. And again, we're a Christian podcast. We got hope and pray for the best, everyone. I know this is not our normal platform, but we had to get some things off our chest. I was so stressed. My eye was all busted and swollen from crying and stuff. It's looking a little bit better, but it's still a little swollen. But we're going to
All
hope
right.
and pray for the best. Keep hope alive, right? And God got us. That's
All
all we can
right.
do.
And we will
Anything
see
else you
y'all.
want to add, Miss J?
No, because we about to get cut off. So we will see y'all soon.
All right.
Be
See ya.
blessed. Bye.
Be blessed. God bless. Bye.
All right.